Hello friends, today I will discuss the 3-point starter used for the DC shunt motor or compound motor. So here first I will discuss the construction of the starter, then we go to the fundamental equations of a DC shunt motor, then operation of the starter, applications, disadvantages and advantages. So let me consider first what is the construction of the 3-point starter. So here this is the DC supply. DPST means double pole single throw switch. These are the fuses of the supply, and this is the overload release coil. This is the magnet. This is a soft iron piece which is in the form of triangular shape, and this is the lever arm which will be moved manually. This will also carry a soft iron piece like this, and this is the graded resistance, means resistance with different tappings like this is called stat number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Once it reaches this lever, then automatically this whole resistance will be cut off. This is the no volt release coil, and this is the armature. This is the field winding of the shunt motor, and it is connected in series with the variable rheostat or resistance. And this, when the lever is in this position, we call this is off position. If the lever comes here, then we say the starter is the motor is in the on position. Next, coming to the salient features of this construction. So no volt coil and shunt field. No volt coil, this is the no volt coil and shunt field circuit. They are connected in series, and the total three components are in parallel with the supply. Similarly, starter resistance and armature. Starter resistance, this is the starter resistance, this is the armature. They are connected in series, and the combination will be in parallel with the supply. In other words, the starter resistance plus armature is in parallel with the no volt coil plus rheostat plus field winding of the shunt motor are in parallel with the supply. Why this is called the 3-point starter? Why not 2-point starter? Why not we call as 4-point starter? The reason is this starter will have only 3 terminals outside, so which can be connected to the motor. So that is the reason why we call this as 3-point starter. And here the first point, this is L. This is connected to the positive terminal of the supply. This is A, and this A is connected to the armature terminal. This is F, is connected to the field winding via rheostat. So L, A, F. There are 3 points coming out of this starter. So we call this as 3-point starter. And the field winding and the armature double A terminal will be connected together, and they are connected to the DC supply negative terminal. And coming to this overload release coil, This works only when the current flowing through this coil is more than the allowable current. And here is the spring. This always tries to keep this arm in this position, that is off position. So if we move like up to here, then with the supply given, this no volt coil going to get magnetized, and this magnetized no volt coil will keep this soft iron or lock in this portion. So next, this no volt coil will function as long as supply is available. Once the supply is not available or shut down, then automatically the current flowing through this coil becomes zero, so it gets demagnetized and it cannot hold this armature. So this lever will come back to the off position due to the spring. So coming to the fundamentals of DC shunt motor, this is the DC shunt motor connected to the DC supply. Positive terminal like this, A is connected to positive terminal. Similarly, its field winding is connected in parallel with the armature like this. The current drawn by the armature we call as IA, and the current that flows in the shunt field winding we call as ISH. And the applied voltage is V and the armature resistance is RA. And we know the back EMF of a DC motor is nothing but phi Zn by 60 into P by A. And when you apply the KVL to this loop, so we get V is equal to IA RA plus back EMF in this armature. So we know for a given DC motor, except flux and the speed and rest of the terminals, components or parameters are constant. So we can write EB is equal to K into phi n. And from this equation, so we can rewrite EB is equal to V minus IA RA. So we replace EB with K phi n. So K phi n is equal to V minus IA RA. So from this we can get what is called N. Speed is equal to V minus IA RA divided by K phi. And also we can write armature current as V minus EB divided by RA plus RST. This RST is the starting resistor or starter resistance connected. So if you observe properly here, the speed and the flux are inversely proportional. Coming to the operation of the 3-point starter, when we switch on the supply and move this lever to this position, then automatically supply goes to the motor circuit, that is armature, and the field circuit. So once this lever touches this, then one current flows to the armature like this, the another current flows to the field winding via no volt coil circuit like this. And here we have the variable resistor so that we can vary the speed of this shunt motor. So when we move from here to here and then here, then once comes to this position, the current that is flowing through this no volt coil makes this get magnetized, and since this lever comes here, so this soft iron piece is get attracted by the no volt coil here, so that it is locked. So in that locked position of the lever, we call that as on position of the lever. Then suppose the supply connected to the motor is suddenly switched off or failed. In that condition, the current that flows through the no volt coil becomes zero. Once the current flowing through this becomes zero, so it get demagnetized. Once it demagnetized, then automatically it cannot hold this soft iron here, so it releases. Once it releases, then because here we have the a spring to this lever, this spring bring this lever from this position to the off position like this. Similarly, suppose when the motor is running and kept at on position, and if the load is increased on the motor, then it takes more current. If that current is more than the rated current or full load current, so the same current will flow from this supply through this overload release coil. So once that whole higher current flows through this, automatically it is going to get magnetized more powerful. Then this armature will move upwards. Once it moves upwards, so the terminals of this no volt coil are going to be short circuited by this soft iron piece. Once this is done, so the voltage available across this no volt coil will become zero. Once the voltage becomes zero, so this no volt coil is going to get demagnetized, so it cannot hold this lever software here. So instead it releases this soft iron. So as a result, the spring connected to this lever will bring the lever back to the off position, so that the motor is protected from the overload in the circuit. The major disadvantage with this 3-point starter is, so while controlling the speed, suppose we keep this rheostat or variable resistor in the maximum position, the current that flows through this field winding will become less. If that field current is less, then automatically this no volt coil will not be strong magnet, it will become weak magnet. Once this becomes a weak magnet, automatically it cannot hold this soft iron in this position, so the spring will bring the lever back to the off position, even everything is available, everything is correct in the circuit. This is the major disadvantage with this 3-point starter. Then what is the application of this DC shunt motor? This DC shunt motor is used wherever we need the constant speed, and the disadvantage we have covered, and the advantage with this is we can control the speed to some extent. So coming to this 3-point starter original components, they look like this. This is the no volt release coil. So this is nothing but a iron core over which we keep the winding, and similarly this is the overload release coil. So this is also a core on which the winding is wound. So this is the bottom soft iron, and this is the lever. So this is the variable starter resistor. This is our stud 1, stud 2, stud 3, like this. It goes like this. So this will go to A terminal of the armature. So this terminal will go to the field winding of the shunt motor. This terminal will go to the supply of positive terminal, and the field winding return path and the armature return path will go to the negative terminal of the DC supply connected.